You guys Zen?
What?
Zen?
No.
Is that like
Oh, you guys seem like you totally
vitamin or
Zen.
mineral or something?
Oh no, it's like everyone Zens.
What?
Oh, sins. Oh.
The thing. The little,
Oh, dips.
yeah, it's a pouch.
Dips?
No, it's this thing called Zen. Every dude, every bro I know Zens.
Have you guys heard of Zyn? Everybody's doing it.
What is that? Gentlemen, you've lost control. This is the greatest day. Do you mind if I run for it?
That Zyn, what we were talking about, it is just nicotine in it. And
It's Z-I-N? Is that how you say it?
Z-Y-N.
Z-Y-N?
This is incredible. I stand in awe before this.
You
It's mixing. It's mixing is the problem.
It's covered. I'm not ready.
This is a conventional tin of Zyn. This is the largest Zyn tin in the world.
So it's a pouch, so you
Yeah,
don't have
it's like a
to
pouch.
pack a wad of mulch and stuff it into your face.
Yeah, it's a little more professional.
And it just
I guess.
gives you a jolt.
I tell you what, I put 2 of them in the first time, and I got dizzy as shit. So,
Give me one of them pouches. I'm
There
still
you
trying
go.
to figure
Get
out if
some
I can
nicotine.
actually if I can survive.
We better bring that cooler in
Every
here.
time I've tried to use one of these, I go,
Zim, it kills me. It gets me all passed
You're going to
out.
have a jolt.
it's the taste of it is what gets me.
So if you haven't already figured it out, Zyn are these little slow-release plant-based pouches that you pop in your mouth and suck on, which stimulate the brain and help you focus, but without all the hazardous chemicals that are normally associated with other products. The company was founded in Sweden and it was introduced to the United States market in 2014, and it absolutely ran wild. It grew so quickly that the company set up a manufacturing plant in Kentucky and had to continue expanding it year after year to keep up with production. And guess who owns Zyn now? Well, in 2022, the Swedish company was bought out by Philip Morris International. Well, what do you know? And it was a strategic acquisition by the controversial multinational US company as part of their goal to become smokeless. True story. So why am I telling you this? Who cares, right? Well, I thought the same thing as well, until I received an anonymous email from one of my subscribers. It says, "Love the channel, just wanted to send you a tip about a subject that might be relevant for you to cover. I've noticed a trend currently on loads of podcasts. The hosts or one of the guests will mention that they are a happy consumer/user of Zyn pouches. This has come up on Andrew Schultz, Shane Gillis, Theo Von, Joe Rogan, Nelk Boys, the Paul Brothers, and even Tucker Carlson. Is it just a coincidence that all these hugely popular podcasts have just relatively recently had their hosts start using these products, and indeed the exact same brand of them, and even promote them during their podcasts? This is not declared sponsored segments I'm talking about. If there is any sponsorship involved here, if there's no explicit disclosure of this, then I think that would be an FTC violation." Alright, cool. So let's break this down for a moment. If you upload a video to YouTube and you're in the partner program, which means you're monetized, YouTube will put ads on your videos and give you just over half the ad revenue that they get for it. That is not what we're talking about here, so we can put that to the side. Now, if you're doing pretty well, say you're consistently getting good viewership numbers, it's pretty easy to tee up a brand deal directly with a company or through one of those dodgy advertising agencies who won't stop emailing me because they want to take my money that everyone else seems to use. If you do that, you're now monetizing your content outside of YouTube's partner program, which you're allowed to do. Except there are a few things you need to do in order to comply. Now, this is where it gets interesting. YouTube says when your content includes paid promotion, some jurisdictions and brand partners require that you tell viewers about any commercial relationship that might have influenced your content. It's your responsibility to check and comply with laws and regulations around paid promotion content that apply to you. Okay, cool. What else do they say? You have to let us know if you include any of those by selecting the paid promotion box in your video details. Okay, so you've all probably seen this before all over YouTube. If there's an additional paid promotion within the video and you follow the correct guidelines when uploading the video, you should see this little box pop up at the start in the top left-hand corner. So, that's it, right? All good. As long as these podcasters tick that box to say there's a paid promotion, they can go for their life and promote the hell out of whatever they like throughout the video. Yeah, nah, not quite. Remember how YouTube said that it's up to you to comply with local and legal obligations to disclose paid promotion? Well, in the United States, there's this organization called the Federal Trade Commission, commonly referred to as the FTC. And they've got a few more hoops that you need to jump through before you can start shilling everything and anything under the sun. Let's take a quick look. If you endorse a product through social media, your endorsement message should make it obvious when you have a relationship with the brand. A material connection to the brand includes a personal, family, or employment relationship or a financial relationship, such as the brand paying you or giving you free or discounted products or services. Okay, so what does that mean in practice? Financial relationships aren't limited to money. Disclose the relationship if you got anything of value to mention a product. If a brand gives you a free or discounted product or other perks and then you mention one of its products, make a disclosure even if you weren't asked to mention that product. Don't assume your followers already know about your brand relationships. Make disclosures even if you think your evaluations are unbiased. Okay, fantastic. So with that in mind, let's take a quick look at this clip from Impulsive with Logan, Mike, and the rich and famous comedian Bert Kreischer.
Oh, yo, did you try the new orange Skittles flavor? Like, dude, it's, they're banning it. California just banned all flavored anything.
For real?
So California just banned flavored anything.
Yeah.
So anything with flavors.
You guys
banned.
Zin?
What?
Zin?
No.
Is that like
you guys seem like you told
vitamin
me
or
Zin.
mineral or something?
Oh, no, it's like everyone Zins.
What?
Oh, sins. Oh.
The thing. The little,
Oh, dips.
Yeah, it's a pouch.
Dips?
No, it's this thing called Zin. Every dude, every bro I know Zins.
I never met a Zin bro in my life.
Oh my God, that's all
Where
I'm
are
around.
these bros? These are the
In
same
the
kind
NFL.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of it was at the Super Bowl. Everyone was like, "Yo, you got a Zin? You got a 4 milligram? Oh, 6 milligram? Nice."
What is it? Just
It's a pouch that goes into your lip, and you just.
But the way you've described it every time had no meaning. Like the way you're talking about it could be just like a.
Oh, it's a nicotine delivery system. It's not tobacco. It's nicotine. It's just a way.
Really with that shit
I
on
was
this side,
somewhere where this was offered to me frequently. Maybe like in Europe. Does that sound
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's where they created it. In Switzerland or Sweden. That's who initially started doing that.
I was gonna say.
It's called snus.
I think I was.
Oh,
That's what it
snus,
is.
yeah,
Yep.
snus,
Yep.
yeah.
I was in Sweden, and
Yeah.
every kid my age.
Chicks do it.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Everyone.
So did you see it? Maybe you're so used to it by now that you didn't notice. Let's take a closer look. See all those Prime bottles scattered on the table in front of them? What about the ones behind Bert on the table and on the shelf? I mean, Logan's sucking on a bottle of Prime as they talk, and even our boy Bert's having a drink. Okay, cool. I know what you're thinking. Who cares? We all know that Logan Paul is a minority shareholder in Prime, which definitely constitutes a financial relationship with an advertiser. But I took this from the Impulsive Clips channel on YouTube. Remember that little paid promotion box you've got to tick? Nope. Can't see that anywhere. What about in the description? Any mention of Logan's financial interest in Prime? No, nothing. Just a link to buy Maverick clothing and a bunch of social media links and podcast links. And there was also no mention at all in the video itself that Logan Paul has a financial interest in Prime. Nothing. But remember what the FTC says, don't assume your followers already know about your brand relationships. The reason they say that is so that anyone coming to that clip for the first time fully understands why Logan and Bert are drinking Prime and why there are bottles scattered all over the place. There you go. Impulsive is breaching FTC guidelines in broad daylight. Who cares? They've got bigger fish to fry, and I think Logan's got some bigger issues with the FTC going at the moment. By the way, just quickly, shout out to Logan Paul for finally announcing he's going to compensate his CryptoZoo victims. I wonder if he'll actually give them any money or if this is just another scam. But anyway, the Prime bottle thing is a relatively harmless example of how blatantly social media influencers break the rules. But let's address the elephant in the room here. What were they talking about in that clip that we just looked at? Remember those Zins? Yeah, well, what if Bert has a financial arrangement with Zin and casually brought it up like he did on Impulsive? Well, yeah, that would definitely be an FTC violation. He would have to make it clear that they're either a sponsor or that he has a financial arrangement with them, even if he just brings it up in conversation on somebody else's podcast. So the question is, does Bert have a financial arrangement with Zin?
These I've been flirting with. I buy them all the time.
You don't take it?
I've never even opened them.
Do one.
I'm nervous because I'm afraid I'm back.
But here's the thing.
Immediately.
Here's the thing.
What?
And this is the only time you can actually say this. There's no tobacco. These are tobacco free. This
How
is
do you open
straight
yours?
nicotine. Put your nail in there. Straight nicotine.
Maybe this is the Lord saying something.
Here.
I can't open yours.
It's just nicotine. So you get like the
Wow, that came out quick.
You get the nicotine fix. I feel like more focused. It's a little stimulant. It's better than speed. That's what the doc said.
It is?
He goes, "You're not going to do speed, right?" And I go, "Probably not."
Will you talk to your doctor about that?
No.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now. Ooh, oh. So what do you
throw it in, dude.
I mean, this is like
There's no spitting.
Really?
There's no tobacco. There's no cancer-causing chemical.
Hold on. So you're telling me this
People
is
are
good for
thinking
me?
this is an organic plug. We are not associated with either one of these.
We're not associated with either of these.
I'm just trying to get people on nicotine, man.
So how many of these do you do a day?
I don't know. I lost count.
I could quit drinking for the rest of my life if I have nicotine.
Oh, dude, I'm dialed in with this. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. I have one in the morning. I have one on the way to a workout.
I could do one in a workout. That would be great.
Yeah, they're great.
That would be so fucking awesome.
Yeah, you got to remember sometimes you're like, oh yeah, like if
Do you fall asleep with them?
I have.
I saw an interview where Joe was doing Zens.
Really?
And I was like, wait, Joe's doing Zens? Joe does a research.
Yeah, it's nicotine, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Why don't you put one in?
It's in right now, bro.
Oh, you have one in?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's almost like being AIDS. You don't even know who has it.
Yeah, I have it in.
So this gets a little bit tricky, right? You've probably noticed that Tom did actually declare that there is no financial interest or sponsorship from either Rogue or Zyn. So we can only take him at face value, even though there is no duty to disclose that you don't have a relationship, but more on that in a little bit. But even if those companies sent those samples to YMH for free just for them to try out, well, yeah, that would be classified as a sponsorship. And that's why all of this gets so tricky. Like I said, all we can do is take these guys at face value. If they say there's no relationship, fine. Even if they didn't say anything, that would still be fine. But it's becoming increasingly difficult to tell when they're plugging something and when it's just genuine conversation. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look at potentially a much more serious breach of the FTC guidelines.
One of them is about to be passed out.
Try one of these.
What is this?
This is
that's a weed. I'm good.
It's not weed. It's a Zyn.
It's nicotine.
Oh, hell no.
No.
You're going to be hooked. I'm good.
It's not about a hook.
You won't get hooked.
It's
hell no. I'm good.
It's like a dip.
Just
try it.
No,
Will you just try it?
I got addictive personality for real.
This is not going to make you addicted.
No. Like, I have a really addictive, you see, whatever you're doing right there, you're going to see me like with a mouthful of acorns, my nigga. We're not doing this. You're not about to go get me like, nah, we're not doing this.
Just try it.
Nah, I can't do it, brother.
You can literally take it out a second afterwards. You're not going to feel anything.
Hell no. Hell
just
to the
try
no.
one.
No, I can't do it, brother. I can't do it, bro.
Just try the white boy for one. Why are you so afraid? We drank Hennessy the whole time. We finished a whole...
No, I get it.
What is this?
That's a bottle. That's a bottle, technically.
Is that a fifth?
It's like a fifth of Hennessy. Nah, it's not fifth. It's more than fifth. But anyway, here's the thing. Yo, Andrew, I can't do it.
That's so funny.
Yo, I am like, I'm an addict. One thing I've realized.
How many fluid ounces is it? Maybe we could do the math.
I can't do it.
Why not just try one?
No, because I'm going to be addicted.
You're not going to be
You're not
addicted.
gonna be
It's such
addicted.
a stupid thing to think.
Okay, there is so much going on here, so let's break it down. First things first. What Andrew just said several times is completely false, misleading, and potentially harmful as well. Take a look at the warning label on the front of the case, which he literally had in his hand while making those false claims. And what about the fact that he was clearly pressuring DJ Academics to do something he clearly wasn't comfortable with, forcing him to admit that he has problems with that kind of stuff, but still continued to push him to take one? Why though? What does Andrew gain by forcing Academics to take a Zyn? That's why that little segment became so suspicious. It's easy to see why people are thinking that there's some sort of sponsorship going on there, where Zyn is paying Flagrant to consume Zyns during the podcast and offer it to their guests as a sort of organic sponsorship like Tom Segura mentioned earlier. And that's the thing. I've got no idea if Schultz is or isn't sponsored by Zyn. All we can do is assume that he's just a fan of their product and felt the need randomly to force it on one of his guests, to the point where it became beyond awkward, and not to mention the fact that he completely mischaracterized the product and lied about it to get Academics to take one. And it's funny because that reminded me of when Shane Gillis was on JRE recently and Rogan randomly made Jamie pull up those Viking waffles.
I did find some protein waffles. What are they called? Is it Viking waffles? See if you find that. I think there's a company called Viking Waffles. They make like protein waffles that are like low carb. And then I would use butter and then sugar-free syrup. It's pretty close. That's it. Viking waffles. 21 grams of protein, 3 grams of sugar, 5 grams of carbs, 200 calories. Look at that. And they're good. They can taste like a real waffle.
People love Vikings.
Who doesn't love Vikings?
Irish people?
The people that were on the shore
for 500 years.
So is it just me, or did that seem like an organic plug? Joe can't remember the name of them. He squints at Jamie. Jamie finds it in 3 seconds flat, puts it up on the screen for everyone to see, clicks through a few different flavors. And again, I have no idea if Rogan actually has a deal with Viking waffles or not. All we can do is assume that he simply likes their waffles and decided to give them a plug to his tens of millions of listeners. So look, this is where I wanted to get with you guys. I know some of you are thinking, who cares? This is such a non-issue. There are bigger things to worry about. And yeah, look, I'd kind of agree with you there. But here's the thing. For the most part, these kinds of podcasters, they've positioned themselves as alternative media and entertainment compared to the mainstream sources that are slowly dying out. The problem is, at least with those more conventional television, radio, and film advertisements, it used to be clear where the entertainment stopped and the advertising started. That's why this is becoming such a big problem. Remember that Nelk Boys gift to Tucker Carlson with the helicopter and the massive case of Zyn hanging from it? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I've got to admit, that was pretty original. But are you seriously telling me that the Nelk Boys arranged that themselves without any assistance or approval from Zyn? Firstly, I have no idea if they did or they didn't. And secondly, if they didn't have some sort of arrangement, they're a bunch of idiots for giving away free advertising. But what if this video, right here, right now that you're watching, what if this was a paid endorsement for Zyn? Imagine I had some deal that I didn't tell you about and I made a sneaky video about all of this just so I could mention Zyn every 30 seconds and get their brand name and products into your heads. Now, obviously, that's completely hypothetical. I don't have a relationship with them and I don't really want one, but this kind of thing happens all the time. The trick is to slip in a product placement or endorsement without making it obvious so it seems like it's just part of their lifestyle. Oh, look, if Rogan uses it, it must be good, and it's not even a sponsor, he just uses it because he likes it. Back in 2020, the FTC actually sued a company called Teamy for advertising its tea and skincare products through paid celebrities and influencers promoting it on Instagram and other social media sites. They said the product had the ability to, get this, fight against cancerous cells, help unclog arteries, decrease migraines, and burn stored fat. Influencers promoted the product with statements such as, I've only been drinking this detox now for a week and already lost over 5 pounds and my bloating is gone, and I've almost lost 40 pounds with Teamy Blend 30-day detox. So the FTC alleged that all of these representations were false or misleading or were not substantiated at the time the representatives were making them. And in addition to making these false and misleading claims, the FTC alleged that the defendants have failed to disclose adequately to consumers that the influencers were paid to endorse those products. So basically, a whole bunch of Instagrammers were pushing these products, making false claims about them, and pretended that they were just big fans of the products when they really were being paid big money to push them online. So it ended with Teamy settling with the FTC for over $15 million. But get this, due to the defendants' inability to pay the full $15.2 million, the payments were suspended after a $1 million payment. Brilliant. Well done, FTC, you're about as effective as a wet paper bag. And that's the problem. These social media influencers and podcasters are getting away with constant breaches of FTC's guidelines because they know there won't be any consequences for it. These podcasters build these massive commercial ecosystems and they get so big that they can't keep track of all their obligations. I mean, Rogan has a business interest in several products that he promotes, yet he doesn't disclose it every time he talks about them. So the next time you're watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast, ask yourself this: is this just one giant ad? Well, the answer is probably yes. Anyway, that's my breakdown of this ongoing advertising scam. It's frustrating that there are basically no consequences for these kinds of breaches, but let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider jumping on board so you get all my uploads right there in your feed. That's it from me. I'll catch you in the next one.
It's mixing. It's mixing is the problem.
It's coming. I'm not ready.